Hi, this is Daniela, and welcome to Bestie Life, the podcast, where we help you stop burnout now. If you're tired of running on empty, juggling all the things, and wondering when your life is supposed to feel better, you're in the right place. This show is your go-to space for real talk and practical strategies to help you protect your energy, create balance, and actually enjoy the life you're working so hard for. You'll get a mix of solo episodes and honest conversations with guests. My goal is to help you feel less alone, more empowered, and way more in control of your time and energy and well-being. So let's get into it. Hi, this is Daniela with Bestie Life, the podcast, and today I'm excited for you to meet Chris Muldoon. He is the founder of Strideful, a walking and running app focused on mental wellness. He's been a runner for over 25 years and currently coaches cross-country and integrates these wellness practices into the app and all the benefits that you get. So thank you so much, Chris, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Can you share a little bit more about the journey that took your personal experiences with running into this app and its applications in the workplace?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been running since I was in middle school. So 25 years being generous. It's more than that now. A
Mm-hmm.
couple years ago, I went through a stretch where between injuries and illnesses, I was really out of commission as far as running goes for a couple months. Not my choice. And I noticed how much not having that activity, not having that structure really impacted my own mental well-being. I was also going through a little bit of a period of grief, losing my dog at the same point. So I just like, hey, I just lost
Mm-hmm.
my natural antidepressant and going through this. So it kind of, I had this just question of, hey, what would someone do if they were wanted to get into walking or running to support their mental health, but didn't know where to start? Where would they go? So I explored some options that were available, and I just found that they were very performance based and honestly very like high intensity, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're training for a race, but not everybody is. So I thought,
Yeah.
being a coach, like, okay, so what would it look like to have a program that puts the mental wellness first, that's about establishing the routine, building up that habit, and not maximizing performance. So that was really the beginning of Strideful. And a couple of years later, here we are. The app is live, and we recently launched Strideful for Business, which allows
Mhm.
organizations to bring Strideful in, purchase subscriptions for their employees to help them manage stress, combat burnout, improve focus, and take advantage of all those lovely benefits of moderate aerobic activity.
Yeah. And I love that you bring the mind body part together because I think just focusing on the actions part, you can still be a mental hot mess and be able to run 30 miles. So, by addressing that mental component, you actually probably get more benefits from the physical aspect when you're in that good headspace.
Yeah, I mean the mind body, they work together, right? So one of the lines that I like to use is Strideful is about finding the sweet spot, and that can apply both physically, like how much are you going out and doing your activity before it's too much and overwhelming and you're tired. But I think also that from the mental standpoint too, right? Can always have you can have extreme relationships with exercise or physical activity on both ends. And
Mhm.
the idea is that we want to help create a positive and healthy relationship with movement that integrates in someone's life, and it's not something that takes over their life.
Right. Now, the app itself, since it's for individuals or businesses, it's located everywhere, right? On the Apple Store, Google Play, all that.
Yep, Apple Store, Google Play, and then we work with organizations to get them set up, make it really easy to launch as a employee wellness benefit within the organization, and working with HR teams to make that very turnkey, very easy to get set up,
Mhm.
communicate with their team members, and then get some basic reporting to see who's using it.
Can you share a little bit then about the benefits of the app? So if I downloaded this thing, what am I getting from it? How do I use it to best maximize what it can offer?
Sure. So the app basically has three main features or areas. So one is the activity plan. That's the walking, running, picking your plan based on the activity that you will enjoy,
Mhm.
where your starting point is, and really importantly, how much time you have. So if someone tells us in the self assessment, Sure, I can walk for 40 minutes, but I only have 20 minutes
Hmm.
available a couple times a week. The plan is catered to that 20-minute availability. And the plans are very flexible. You can reschedule activities, change plans at any time. The second part is mood tracking. So what we encourage our users to do is put their mood in general mood for the day on a 1 to 5 scale. Make that a daily habit, and then after you complete your walk or run, you're asked what your mood is after. And more times than
Hmm.
not, you're gonna feel a little bit better after moving your body. When the app recognizes that score is higher, we call that a mood boost, and you get a little flashing screen. Congrats, you got a mood boost. Keep up
Right.
that positive momentum during the day, and that's the thing that we want to track. So there are plenty of apps that tell you how far or how fast or give you a fitness score.
Hmm.
Strideful is a little bit different. We want to recognize how often you feel better uh, after doing your activity. And then the third part
Yeah.
are we call mental sprints. So it's daily tips, daily content, which range from coaching tips or psychology based tools, little mindset shifts. So these like 1 minute or less daily bits of what are little tools that we can give people to help them start and maintain their habit, help them get through setbacks, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, I love that this integrates a lot of what I talk about, your movement. It doesn't have to be working out, but movement is definitely part of your self-care. And I love talking about micro moments, even 10 minutes or less throughout your day. And so the fact that this has the flexibility to be done different time frames, different looks, different ways, and even incorporating those mindset shifts, which are so crucial to getting a lot of these benefits. I think it's a great tool, especially if you're starting a habit and you have a hard time staying on top of it, having that reminder, all those kind of pieces. It's a great little tool just to kind of have your own accountability buddy without always having to have
Mhm.
your best friend with you.
Yeah, and going to the habit piece, it's about starting small, and I think there's a mindset that I see certainly within people who pick up running, where that's like, hey, has to be hard every single day, and they
Hmm.
run too fast, they run too far, they run too long, all those things. Our we kind of shift that, or put that on its head, and say we're going to start really small. So that could be as little as 1 minute, it could be 10 minutes,
Hmm.
depending on what plan that you pick. So we're pretty upfront saying, hey, for the first couple weeks, we're putting our energy into finding the time in the day and just
Hmm.
taking that first step and just starting. Like that's the victory right there. That's the small little win that you're going to celebrate. And then that's going to allow you to start that habit and build up momentum, make it really attainable rather
Hmm.
than setting this lofty goal. Assume your motivation, that initial burst of motivation, is going to carry you through, and that's not the most sustainable way to go about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think when we try sometimes to achieve these goals, we bite off more than we can chew. And just like you might have a trainer at the gym or a coach working with you, sometimes just having somebody else tell you to do smaller is what it takes to do smaller. Because if not, we never can gauge it right. We always think, oh, we're underestimating, we're being slacking off, those kind of things, as opposed to recognizing, nope, that's the goal.
Yeah, it's funny. As a coach, I often tell my athletes half of my job is to hold you back, to sometimes to slow you down or to have you end a workout before a little early, if that's going to benefit you long term. And I think that applies here. I just recently got a testimonial from a user who said that this kind of gave her the permission to go 20 minutes for a walk or run rather than having to push longer. And that was like, yes, that's what we're going for. That's what fits in your day, and that's what helps you feel better, then great. Like then
Mhm.
that's your sweet spot, and that's where you should stick with.
Yeah, and that's the thing, sometimes it's just having that community and that connection, whether it's from an app or from a person, to, like you said, give that permission that we're doing enough, that, we're not underachieving, that we are doing fine, if by just doing the best that we can do.
Yeah, one of the my favorite research studies that I've come across in researching is on depression, and this study showed that those who reached the physical activity recommendations, 150 minutes of moderate activity per week, had a 25% risk reduction in depression, which is awesome, right? What I find really fascinating is that those who got half of those recommendations had a 17% risk reduction. So it's like the biggest bang for your buck is in the beginning. And I think that's so validating for people, like that you don't have to start off really big, that you can,
Yeah.
that's 15, 20 minutes a day, which is still a lot for a lot of people, but
Hmm.
it doesn't have to be hours in the gym, and to really get some really great benefits.
Absolutely. The consistency trumps quantity almost every time, So keep up with those couple minutes, whether you look into this app individually or get your company to buy into it, to be able to have all of you on the app, to be supporting each other in that way. Again, it's part of that connection and community that's going to help you stick with it. Because so many times that's the hardest part. It's not the activities are hard. It's not what you're thinking about. It's hard. It's just doing the darn thing every single day.
Right, absolutely. And then just knowing that it's not going to be perfect, right? Like there are going to be inevitable setbacks. Like I don't know, I use running as a metaphor for everything. So like I don't know any runner who trained for a race and had a perfect training plan. Like something always goes wrong, injury, illness, something. It's how you get back on track. Kind of like not letting that all or nothing mindset kick in and really like throw you off track for the long term. So that's what how can we build little tools in to help people get through those setbacks and those challenging points and be more flexible, knowing that things aren't going to be perfect because life gets in the way, and that's okay.
Yeah. So definitely, if you've been thinking about adding movement to your self-care routine, if you want to build some of those consistencies with this new habit, check out the Strideful app. It's available on Apple, Google Play. You can contact Chris directly. Chris, where can people find you? How can they refer their HR people to you or work with you directly?
Yeah, so our website is stridefulapp.com. There's a for business tab at the top, and that gives some more details on the Strideful for business offering and ability to contact and get the ball rolling on that. And then you
Awesome.
can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all those fun places.
No, I love finding new tools and techniques to help implement these things because so many times it's not about the activity. It's about finding the right way to fit it into your life and day. And everyone's in different seasons. Some people have a little bit more hectic life going on and things like that. And so any little thing to help automate it, to help kind of get rid of that decision process and just make it happen is what's going to be the most effective.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I go back to my college cross country coach. That he used the word consistency more than anything, right? And it wasn't about outcomes. It wasn't about being perfect in every workout. It was just stringing together consistent days. In running terms, we call it stacking bricks. But I think that applies to everybody, just like little by little, day by day, week by week. It all adds up, and all movement's good movement.
Yep. A grain of sand can build as strong a wall as a huge ton boulder. So
Mhm.
small is definitely powerful. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for sharing this app, for connecting, and for letting people know a new way that they can start integrating mindfulness, mindset, and movement into their day-to-day life.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you got something out of this episode that really made you feel seen, supported, or just a little bit more grounded. If you have any questions or thoughts, I'd love to hear from you. And if you're up for it, please leave me a 5-star review. That will help more people find the show and join this community. I'll leave you with 2 of my favorite quotes. Alone we may be strong, but together we're stronger. And when we support each other, incredible things happen. So let's keep showing up for ourselves and each other and maybe even have some fun while we're at it. I'll talk to you soon.